It's June 10th, 2021. This one I got a call from a lady. She got a problem with her air conditioner. I'm on my way over there. Whooping been nuts lately. Calls galore.
Turn right on Tucker Road.
Here's a crusty one, Mr. Grinch. She's a crusty one, Mr. Grinch. Yeah, this one's not really crazy dirty, but the other one is. We'll probably have to vacuum them both for now.
Okay.
So we'll check it outside. You're gonna get the filters.
Yep.
Them are 14 by 20s.
Yeah.
14 by 20 by 1, that's a 12-inch. I took them down there real bad. Just for now to check the unit. We're just gonna check the unit, then I'm gonna shut it off until you get the new filters.
Okay.
And then when you put them in, you just put them in and turn that with a screwdriver, quarter turn to lock it in.
Okay.
You can do it, right?
Yep, yep.
Yeah, so what do you got to do that? 70?
I put a 60.
Yeah, 70's good. So I'll go check it outside.
Yep.
Kind of hot in here, huh?
It is.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Shit, yeah. Gas. Either the compressor's not running. Put your hand there. See how cold that is? Yeah. It's not running or it's out of Freon. That's a York. Probably out, because this is a micro channel. They're known to leak. Yep. Let me check it. I bet you it's low. Never a dull moment. 4 tons. Two little 12-inch returns for 4 tons. Is that crazy? Wow. Gonna be low on Freon, I guarantee you that. Running in the vacuum. Completely out of Freon. You're running in the vacuum. Not good. Holy shit.
It's not too old.
How old?
5 years maybe.
Looks like I might be an 05. Look at it. It's got 7 pounds. It's got 7 pounds of refrigerant in it. Should have 220.
Oh.
It's got 7.
You think that's the problem?
So that's definitely the problem.
That's your.
It's completely out of Freon, guy.
Well, you have to put it in, right?
Boy, you can't put it in at that. That's way too low. Got a major leak somewhere. Major leak. See nothing major here. Shit. Not good. Did they ever have Freon to it before?
Just one, I don't think so.
They never did.
Maybe there's one when you put it in.
No, but after that, never came back and put Freon in it.
I can't remember that. Like I said, I never have any problems after. You know, the one when you build a house, you have one here, and we replace it this one. And like I said, I never get problems to tell now.
Coil. I got a couple of hits out on the condensing unit, but this up here is a lot worse. Hear it?
Yeah. Well, I hear the thing beating. What does that mean?
Huh?
I hear this thing bang.
Yeah, this senses the refrigerant leak, you know? We definitely got a leak up here. Not good. I had that at 150. It's already dropped quite a bit. Good morning, guys. It's June 18, 2021. This one here, I gotta go and change an A-coil and a air handler and a condensing unit for a lady. She's got a micro-channel condensing unit and your A-coil that's a leaker. So I was able to locate an A-coil. I could have changed the whole furnace, but it's kind of in a tough spot to get it in and out of there. And middle of the summer, and I talked to her about it, doing it both ways. She decided to go with a new coil and a new condensing unit. Could have got by probably just with a new coil, but seeing it was a micro channel, we're going to change that also. And York's got new condensing units out, no more micro channel. It's kind of fin and tube now, so I'm going to try one out, see what it's like. Looks like it's an aluminum tube coil from York, the new style one. It was a lot cheaper than the rod, so I decided to go with that. Like $350 cheaper than the rod, which I thought was kind of a lot, so. Basically the same price as a Goodman. I'm trying to keep the price down for this lady because they're complaining about it and whatever. Well, we're going to try one of the new rod condensers. It's a 4-ton unit. Probably a little bit. The ductwork's not the greatest in this house, but I'm just changing the condensing unit and the A-coil, and we're going to get it up and running. I got a TXV for it also, instead of the piston. So that's the story. We're going to bang it out this morning while it's cool out. First thing I'll do is I'll go there and get started on that coil upstairs. I did dump a little bit of reclaimed refrigerant in there just so I could test it the other day because it was completely out. So I dumped a little reclaimed in there just so I could test it. I gotta reclaim that when I get back over there. It was just for testing purposes because it was basically out completely. And if it's out completely, it's hard to get hits on the. You're always better to put a little juice in there and so you can get some hits on your leak detector. It's already down 95 pounds. It's a fin and tube now. I like the way the king valves are. It's got a little dryer over there on the liquid line, so I don't think I need another dryer. There is a dryer in there. It's a scroll compressor. Not a bad looking unit actually. The old micro channel. See how it's got the flat? That's how you can tell it's a micro channel. See how it's got the flat? There's like 6 little holes in that flat thing. That's a micro channel. No good. No good. It does come with a piston, but I do have a TXV for it. I'm not sure what I'm going to use yet. Look at the difference in size. That's 4-ton micro channel. That's a 4-ton regular one. 13 SEER. Minimum voltage 28, 27. is 25. So I got a 30 amps, I believe. Just have to add a couple little pieces of copper in there and twin them together. And a good 12 inches there. And I pushed it away from the bushes here because it was really tight. A difference in size, huh? Yeehaw. I'm gonna have to put a couple of shingles onto the side and lift it up a little bit. I got some in the truck. I had to cut this one joist to get this thing out of here. Wouldn't have come out, but I'm gonna put the piece back and another scab piece on the side. I'll put the old piece back and then I'll put this on and I can screw this in as a helper. I'll put that other one back so it'll still have vertical load, and this will keep it in line. I had no choice. I'm gonna get this coil out of here and get the new one up here. She's a leaker. Oh, she's a leaker. Guys, I had to reuse that bottom pan. The coil comes with this vertical pan, but it doesn't come with the horizontal. This comes with a pan for a vertical application, but if you lay it down, you got to reuse this other pan. Came with brackets. I had to use the lower brackets and just screw it in. There's two clips on the bottom that hold it in. I moved this from the other coil. So that should be it. Should be able to go up now. That's always a good sign to have air in it. Got this cap here. I'm going to put the TXV in. I slid the coil in. There's one bracket that holds it right here. Put this back together. This was in my way to take that out. I'm going to put the one thing to do is spread all these distributor tubes apart. You don't want any of them hitting, because if they're hitting, they could rub together and spring a leak. So it's important to do that. I'm going to put the TXV on. Alright guys, so I got the coil in. I got the TXV in. With the neutralizer line, there was no Schrader core in that thing. I just had a cap on it. I made sure there was no Schrader core. I saw that this stuff would stay bright 8. Put a filter up here, filter dryer up here. Next, I don't know if that other one's going to be adequate or not, but I put a 16 cubic, which is for 410A. 16. That's the kind of the ones I like to dry as a backup. And I got to put the sensing bulb on it yet, but I want to tie in the condenser and do a nitrogen charge. Then I want to make sure none of this stuff is rubbing. I'll get some more of this plastic stuff and wrap it around everything, make sure nothing's rubbing. And I'll get a little piece of PVC. Little piece of PVC for this. I gotta go tie the condenser in outside now. Stay Bright 8. This is the stuff I use. Stay Bright 8. It's just as strong as Sulfast or stronger. It's easier. You don't have to purge nothing. You gotta clean the joints really good. I'll try to get you some shots here. Tricky because you could have a tight gap. You can't have a big gap there, it won't fill in. Takes a lot less heat though. Close that top up a little bit. Let it set for a minute. And to close that top up a little bit. If there's a big gap, it won't fill. That's the only drawback of this stuff. That's the only drawback of it. It doesn't fill in big gaps. Other than that, it's great stuff. We're going to put a nitrogen test on it anyway, so I'm going to put a nitrogen test on it anyway. You just want to wipe off the flux. You got to use that special flux. And we're going to put a test on it anyway. There's it, 260, 255. Let that sit for a bit. I'll probably hit the joints I did with with soapy water. Make sure there's no issues, but leak detector. It should be fine. Alright guys, I hit everything with leak detector. And I got some plastic tube to wrap everything. I don't see any leaks. I don't see any leaks at all or anything. Oh, hang on a minute. I tightened everything up good, but I just wanted to check while I'm here, you know, because now's the time to tighten shit up if you have to. Sorry for the light, but it's just a shit show up here. I gotta put this screw this 2x back in there yet, but I want to start the vacuum. In the meantime, I can start putting everything back together while the vacuum's running. That's the key. This is improper. What a job this would have been taking this other air handler out of here. What a flippin' shit show. That's fucking actually 12-inch, not even 14. It's fucking nuts. Might have to put another return in here somewhere. Probably gonna have to put another return in here somewhere. Most likely. Fucking crazy. Nuts. Yeah, it's holding right there. I'll put my vacuum on it now. Alright, I got this 2x all back in, fixed it up with this all screwed in tight. I ain't going nowhere. I got my my bulb hooked up over here. It's probably about 5 o'clock on the bottom there. And where I went through, I put all this plastic stuff on everything, so nothing's rubbing. I made sure all my lines inside, nothing was rubbing. Put the door back on. I put this back together. I used a little plastic coupling there, clear coupling. I used them. It's like 1-inch PVC, clear PVC to put that together. It won't leak. I got the power back on. I gotta go downstairs, and the vacuum's been running for a while now. All I gotta do is I gotta tape up that return. That return's gotta be taped up too. That's the way I gotta get some tape that up good. Alright, I got that back all taped up again. No coil. Just have to release the refrigerant into the line, stop the vacuum, and I gotta run out and get a different breaker for inside the panel. Not the ideal place to have that, but you know it's a good vacuum. Anything under 500 microns is good. 175, you know that's good. That's what I do. I just shut these off for now. Then I open up my lines and I release the charge. Need these to press the straight across. Alright, so we're gonna bring this subcooling up a little bit. Bring it up to 9 or so. TXV, so we gotta set by subcooling. Gotta put a little bit in it. Thing's pretty quiet, huh? Look at the size difference between the two. Now you see how this has got a round tube? I don't know if you can see it. See it? Look at how that one. Look inside there. You see how that's flat. That's the micro channel. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me show you. This is up. See how it's flat? See how it's a flat tube? And there's like 6 little holes in that tube. So they almost always leak because it was a bad design. This is a round. This is a round tube. See it? See, it's round. So you're not going to have that same problem like they did with that micro channel stuff. I'm giving it some gas. I'm kind of glad I put that TXV in there, to be honest with you. I'm going to bring the subcooling up to about 9. I don't want to give it too much at once here. I'm going to kind of go in there slow with it. Flash. 9, 10, 11, something like that. 12 or 13 is good on the subcooling. Give it a little bit and then we'll let it stabilize out. Yeah, this was the best way. Get rid of that piece of shit. Put a new one in here. And then that coil was definitely leaking upstairs. We had an issue with that. That had to go. Either that or the whole flipping unit. But that would have been a lot more work changing the whole unit out, you know? That would have been another day or so. take everything apart and get everything out and then get the new one up there. I mean, it's a lot more work. That's why we're going to leave it right there. The subcooling's around 10. 120 on the suction. Soup heat's going to get regulated with a TXV. Good. Leave it right there. Yeah, I like the New York condensers. They're pretty nice.